All right, we're ready whenever you'd like, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for attending the Nominations Advisory Committee number 0223, the agenda beginning on Monday, February 6th, 2023 at 6 p.m. in the City Hall Councilors Lodge. The first thing I will do is take a roll call of those present. Just say your name. So Councillor McLaren, he's absent, sends regrets. Councillor Amos. Present. Councillor Shaves.
EK.
Yes. Councillor Deputy Mayor Chinani. Here. And Councillor Hassan.
Present, sir.
So I'm just confirming that we have quorum and we can continue with the meeting.
Make sure yourself was here.
I am here. Thank you.
I didn't hear you call yourself.
Councillor Tozo is here and I will be acting as chair. So I'd like to call the meeting to order. I have us at 6:01 p.m. We have an agenda before us. This has been second. Can I ask for a mover of the agenda? Deputy Mayor, seconder, Councillor Hassan.
Do we need to put the addendum in?
Yes, that's a good point. Excellent. I was going to get to that, but yes, this includes the addendum.
Can I get, do we have to have a separate?
It's just included as part of that motion.
Including the addendum to the approval of agenda? Yeah, since you've been here before. Any changes to the agenda required? Seeing none, can I get a vote? All in favor? Okay, we have confirmation of the previous minutes. They're sent out. Are there any changes required? Seeing none, can I get a mover of the previous minutes? Councillor Amos, seconder, Councillor Shaves. If no other changes are required, I'll call the vote. All in favor? Councillor Shaves. Don't make me name you.
I can use my right or my left.
Okay. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests? Seeing none. So we have no delegations. We have no briefings. Let's go down to business. The process that was used previously to see if anybody wants to change the process of this meeting. Does anyone want to change the process? And you have the committee to appoint applicants to the reserve pool as well, just a friendly reminder. So if that's the process that we're going, if there's anything else, we will start with Kingston Heritage Properties Committee. Any other comments or issues people would like to? Seeing none. So we have Kingston Heritage Property Committees. We have 14 applicants that have been selected. We should all have a list of them. What I will begin, so there's 5 of us to get on the committee. You require a vote of 3 from councillors. Yes.
How many spots are open?
There are 7.
Correct.
Yeah, 7 vacancies. So 14. So 50-50 chance. What I will begin doing is opening up the floor to nominations. So I think every councillor can nominate up to 7. Yeah. Does anybody wish to open nominations? Councillor Amos?
I'll start. I don't have 7, but I have a few that for consideration.
Okay.
Candidate number 4.
Sorry, just staff, do we have to say their names?
If we can say number and name just for transparency, that'd be great.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yep.
Candidate number 4, Jennifer Demeter.
That's 3.
It's not.
I think your number is just a bit off.
I see that. Never mind. I'll go back to this one.
It's okay.
Candidate number 6, Gunner.
So full
Hessler?
confirmation is number 3.
Jennifer Demeter.
Jennifer Demeter is number 3.
And number 6, Gunnar Heisler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Candidate number 8, Alexander Legeni. Candidate number 10, Jane McFarland. And candidate number 12, Ian Stevens.
1, 2, 3, 4. You've nominated 5. Is
I
that
have.
correct?
I'm open to other candidates.
Councillor Shapes?
May I add candidate number 5, Peter Gower, please.
Okay. Any others? So we're up to 6 nominated candidates.
I'd like to add Wilson Melanie or Melanie Wilson.
Okay. Any others?
William McMillan.
To 9. Any others, Councillor, Deputy Mayor Cheney?
No, that's it.
Okay, so we have 9 nominated. Any other nominations, Councillor Hassan?
No, I don't have any preference.
No. Okay, so with 9, we can, I have nothing further to add. We will open up the vote. You can vote up to 7 times. So not 8. You can vote, they vote less?
Yes, you do not have to use every one of your votes, just no more than 7 votes per council, per committee member.
Okay. So we will begin the opening up, and then people need 3 votes to be able to get on to the committee. And then after that, we will deduct the person with the lowest votes and carry on.
It's a good system, Chair.
Silly system,
No,
Chair?
it's a good system, Chair.
Okay,
We commend you for your leadership.
Well done, Chair.
I've just started, so we'll see how this goes. That might be premature. But thank you, Councillor Amos, and thank you, Councillor Shade. So opening up the floor for votes, applicant number 3, Jennifer Demeter. All in favor? So I count 5 votes. She's on. Was number 4 on this? No,
No.
I didn't think so.
That was my-
Number 5, Peter Gower. All in favor? 2. Number 6, Gunnar Heisler. Heisler is on. Number 8, Alexander Laganini. 6
6.
or 5.
5.
See, premature complimenting you as my chair.
Maybe Jeff vote or something.
Yeah,
think
it's a distant vote.
Then we have number 10, Jane McFarland. Number 11, William McMillan. Number 12, Ann Stevens. And number 14, Melanie Wilson. So I have confirmed Jennifer Demeter, Gunnar Heisler, Alexander Laganini, Jane McFarland, William McMillan, and Ann Stevens on the committee. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 confirmed. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
One more.
One more. So who is the low? So we are between Peter Gower and Melanie Wilson. Are my tabulations? So you get 1 vote. 1 vote. Do not lose your chance to go. This opportunity comes once in a while.
In 5 minutes from now.
In 5 minutes from now, and then 10 minutes now. Okay, so I'll do the call for votes. Peter Gower, all in favor. 2. Melanie Wilson. And Melanie Wilson has been appointed.
Now, I just will take this opportunity to remind the committee that there is the option to appoint alternates to the reserve pool as well, and I'll just leave it at that. So
You can go Peter Gower, the reserve.
Peter Gower reserved. All in favor of Peter Gower being appointed to the reserve? Okay. Anyone else want to appoint to the reserve pool? Okay. So those vacancies are full. So we have Kingston Heritage Programs Committee. We have 6 vacancies. We have 11. So is there anybody that has been appointed? So Jennifer Demeter, and again, people can serve in multiple committees, so we can reappoint people if we want, just knowing that this is Heritage is an important file.
You say they can serve on the
Two committees, that's
committee
correct.
at least?
Well,
Yeah.
it's certainly more than that.
You can serve on, we could appoint somebody to all the committees. I mean,
Well, three, because they applied for three.
No,
yeah, 3 for 3.
It's not a good idea to give chance to other people's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying we have the power to do it. But like all things where we have the power to do.
I humbly request, or we should put the different people on different committee, not the same person on 2 or 3 committees. Even they have the knowledge, but it's not gonna be very good.
So what we can do,
Other people who apply for it, they also deserve to be on.
I'm in agreement. What we'll do then is,
Just a suggestion.
yeah, we can open it up to the floor if people want to nominate those people again.
So on this list, who has been?
So
confirmed?
Jennifer Demeter has been appointed and
Stephen then, I think.
And Stevens, yes, and I believe William McMillan,
Sorry, which one?
the number 8.
Number 8.
and
Okay, so 3 of them up. So
Ian
1,
Stevens.
2, 3, 4.
So we don't have to exclude those people. I'm
No, we're not
I'm just saying
excluding them,
the-
but just know they are.
just know
They are
they
elected
have
so
been
far.
appointed to a different committee. So this is Kingston Heritage Programs as opposed to. Are there any questions about the committee or what its oversight is or anything from anyone here? Okay, if not, I will open up the field to nominations and we can appoint up to 6. So if anyone would like to get started. Councillor Hassan.
I will nominate Alan Jaffrey, number 1.
Okay.
Number 5, Helen and Laura.
Yep.
Number 10,
Okay,
Sekidad Marzia.
perfect. Any other nominations? Councillor Deputy Mayor Cheney.
Oh, he had his.
Oh, Councillor Shades.
Deputy Chair, Deputy Mayor Trump's single. council.
You're all equal in my eyes. Just some are more equal than others.
No.
I'm just trying to feel good by saying that.
Yeah.
We have a deputy mayor joining us today.
Number 2, Paul Banfield. Number 4, Sherry Dobbs.
Okay.
Number 6, Jean Heroux.
Okay.
You know her bunch. And that's everyone.
2, 6. Are there any other nominations? Yes, Councillor Cheney, Deputy Mayor Cheney.
Mark Milan, number 9.
9. Any others? Okay, sorry, Councillor Son, no. Okay, so we have 7 nominations for 6 spots. We will open the votes.
Would you like to nominate anyone? Chair?
No, I will not nominate anybody. Okay. Councillor Shades.
Yes, Mo?
Chair.
Chairman.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll open the floor for votes. You have up to 6 votes, not 7. Vote 5 is fine unless you're also allowed to do that if you're proceeding from 5 to 6. So all in favor of Jeffrey Allen. 5, you've been appointed. Paul Banfield. Okay, 4. Cherry Dobbs. 5. Laura Hallman. Jean Heroux. Mark Million. Maritza
That
Sacchi.
was 7th vote, huh?
Sorry?
That was the number 7th vote. Oh, no.
No,
thought
Mark,
you said,
Mark
yeah.
Mazon. We had Jean Heroux, then we went to Mark Mazon, and then we have Maritza Sakadad. So Maritza Sakadad. Okay. So we have appointed to the committee Jeffrey Allen, Paul Banfield, Sherry Dobbs, Laura Holman, Jean Heroux, and Marzia Sakadad. That's the 6. So we have Rule Advisory Committee.
The big one.
Yes, a big one. So we have 5 vacancies and we have
31.
31 candidates.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes,
Unless, or,
I recognize.
Go
you.
ahead, Councillor Shea.
there are 3 categories for this committee. 2 from rural residential,
Mhm.
2 rural agricultural representatives, and 1 rural business, farm or non-farm. What if we did like the 1 rural business and then agricultural, and then be easier to knock off the other 2?
2 rural.
Right.
1. Okay, yeah, let's start with rural business.
And I have one other issue.
Yeah.
Um,
Do we have identification? I know on their forms.
so,
Kind of on their forms.
So
uh,
if I can help with that, I went through and reviewed and can, if the committee asks, I can provide a rough generalization of what category they would fit in, realizing everybody in here would fit into the residential
Yeah.
category at the very least.
I do have, I think, an issue with number 26. Jeff Scott. On his application, it says he lives in Gananoque.
But he is eligible as he does, I believe, own a rural business here, because I'm going to double check the
In rural area,
qualifying.
yeah, he does.
Yeah, so you do not have, if as you are a business owner or resident, you can apply to serve on a committee.
Okay, but he doesn't, but his business. Okay.
We'll leave it to the discretion of the committee whether they want to elect him or not. If he follows, does anybody, staff, does anybody from the list not follow the minimum criteria?
No,
Okay, so,
to the best of our knowledge, anybody who's on the list meets the qualifying criteria based on the information in their applications.
okay. So with that knowledge, why don't we start with the what categories that we have to fill, which is that have some degree of criteria, which is rural business and rural agricultural. So, so rural business, farm or non-farm. Staff, do you have any insight on who would fill that criteria?
In terms of business, there's several applicants that are listed here. There's at least 10. So rather than me going through all the names, if people want to put forward, I can then confirm, or if the person is a rural business representative, if that works for you.
So we have 5, sorry to interrupt, we have 5 vacancies. Okay. Councillor Shades?
Number 12, Wayne Jackson, falls in the category of rural business.
Okay.
And.
Are you nominating this person or are you just
Yes.
identifying? Okay,
I'm a definite.
because I put an underline next to nominate and RB next to rural bit, just for my own tabulation
So
score.
you are nominating him, Councillor?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
we're
why,
gonna-
which category?
Let's open it up to nominations then, because you've started the process and we'll just go from there and we'll know done.
And then number 29, Brian Tolles, he could fit in both rural agricultural and business from what I read.
Okay. Are there any? Okay, so that's 2. Do you have any other nominations?
Well, for the rural business, I have a couple for the agricultural as well, but we only need 1 spot for the rural business.
Rural business. Is there any other?
I had Charles Foreman, but I believe it was rural agricultural.
Yeah, actually,
He's an incumbent.
yeah, and he's an incumbent and he was an agricultural representative last time.
Okay.
That's a bit of the tricky thing, is agricultural and business. So, because Brian Tolles was a former member of the committee and he is a farm owner, so he was considered agricultural at that time. And again, that's the difficulty in this. There's no hard and fast rules. It's just trying to ensure you get that balance.
So why don't we open up the nominations and staff can identify if they fall under those categories, and I'll annotate it next to my magic sheet here. And that way we can know that we fulfilled the minimum criteria. And then what I'll do then is when people have been nominated, I'll identify the vote first for rural business, and then we'll go to rural representatives, and then we'll just go to rural representation. Does that make sense to the committee? Okay, so I'll open up the door to nominations and got my list here. if they're not already-
Business?
We're just in general,
Oh.
nominate people, and then staff, as we go through the list, will identify if they're rural business or rural agricultural. And then we'll do our first vote on rural business and then our vote on rural agriculture. Any questions? Okay, so just general nominations. Counselor Amos.
Number 4, Douglas Aaron.
Okay, is that identified?
The residential.
Okay.
So, sorry, as they come up, Mr. Chair, I will give you their designation.
Thank you.
Yep.
Number 9, Jacqueline Galicia.
And that is residential.
Okay.
I believe Councillor Shaves did Wayne Jackson already, is that correct?
Yeah, Wayne Jackson.
And
That's
my
cool.
designation was agriculture, which you can do agriculture and business are kind of interchangeable because agriculture can be a business. So
Okay,
leave that to the committee.
Number 14, Barbara Kelsey.
I had that as a business representative.
okay.
Number 21, Brent Pickering.
Residential.
Number 25, Eric Robertson.
Agricultural.
Okay.
Number 27, Allison Shannon.
Business.
And then I believe Councillor Shays nominated the other one I was interested in, which was number 29, Brian Tools.
Okay.
Agriculture.
29?
Yeah,
That's correct.
do we have any other nominations?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, number 26.
Jeff Scott.
So I had him as business. I'll also remind he was provisionally appointed to Committee of Adjustment the last time the committee met.
Okay.
So you'll be making that decision, I think, is the next order of business. So that's just a point to make.
He is there, you said? He's on the
He's
committee?
provisional.
Yeah,
Different committee.
he was appointed by this committee to Committee of Adjustment, but then that recommendation was sent back. So the committee has the ability to change that if they wish.
Is he a former counselor?
Yes, he was the counselor for Countryside 2 terms ago.
Okay,
And I checked to Councillor Shaves's earlier point. On his application, he listed a property on Unity Road as his qualifying address. So he is eligible in that regard.
Oh, I wasn't mentioning Scott South.
Oh, south.
Nancy South.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, forget what I said there.
I heard Jeff Scott too as well.
Okay, maybe I was.
I'll look at that other address though. Oh, sorry. So to Councillor Shade's last question. Some properties in Kingston, because they are close to the border, their postal address lists as Gananoque, even though they are within the geographic borders of Kingston.
Because I actually looked up the address on the council website
Mhm.
and it didn't pop up any district.
Also, because of the fact it's listed as like County Road 2, Highway 2, sometimes there is. To the best of my knowledge, I'm satisfied that she resides in the city of Kingston, so. Not to be argumentative, but that was the information I found.
okay. Councillor Hassan, do you have any other nominations?
Peel Henry,
Sorry, what-
number 18,
number 18?
And
Henry Peel.
that's agriculture as well.
Okay,
And the last person is number 24.
Ron Riley?
And that's residential.
Okay.
That's it.
Deputy Mayor Chinani, do you have any nominations?
I was gonna say. Jean-Michel Lafontaine, number 15.
Okay,
And that was business.
okay. Any others, Deputy Mayor?
I think that's good.
Okay. And I would like to nominate Robert Wolf.
Residential.
And.
What's the number, Mr. Chair?
Oh, sorry, that is number 30, Robert Wolf. And the other ones I underlined have been nominated, so. Let's start with, so
Sure.
yes,
May I nominate a few more? Because I was only.
oh, yes, yes, of course, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I thought you'd already spoken, but
I had.
I know.
I did last word.
Oh dear, it's gonna be long.
Number one, Joseph Abreu.
That's
Is
resident,
incumbent.
residential, and he's actually was provisionally appointed to the taxi commission.
I do know he'd rather be on. Okay, so he's nominated. Is he rural?
He's residential.
Okay.
Number 13, Eric Jokabaton.
Business representative.
Number 22, Natalie Poletto.
Residential.
Number 23, Michael Prill.
Residential.
Fine.
Are there any other nominations that anybody has? Counselor Shaves.
Just to seek clarity, I know the name was discussed earlier, but I don't know if they were formally nominated. Was Charles Foreman, number 8? Want to make sure I have my list right.
I have him nominated.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I have. So I'm gonna read through a roll call of the list of people who've been nominated.
Before we start.
Before we start
Okay, sounds
voting.
good, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, and I'll also put the categories that we have them under just to confirm with staff.
Yep.
So I have number 1, Joseph Abreu. I have him rural residential. Number 4, I have Douglas Aran, rural residential. Number 8, I have Charles Foreman, rural agriculture / rural business, because we're using that more or less interchangeably. Number 9, I have Jacqueline Gallica, and I apologize if you're watching if I have not said your last name correctly. I'm doing my best.
Just make that
Nobody
clear.
uses my last name correctly anyway, so I know how you feel. I have number 12, Wayne Jackson, rural business, rural agriculture. I have number 13, Eric Jobadan. I have rural business, rural agriculture. Number 14, Barbara Kelsey, rural business, rural agriculture.
Sorry, just to clarify, Mr. Chair, the last 2 I think are just business.
Oh, just
strictly,
business?
just
Okay.
Business strictly.
Okay, rural business, rural business. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
Barbara Kelsey is rural business.
Mhm.
I have 15, Jean-Michel Lafontaine, rural business. 18, Henry Peel, rural agriculture. Brent Pickering, rural residential. That's number 21. Number 22, I have Natalie Nat Polito, rural residential. 23 is Michael Prill, rural residential. Number 24 is Ron Riley, rural residential. Number 28, I have Eric Robertson, rural agriculture. Number 26, I have Jeff Scott, rural business. Number 28, I have Allison Shannon, rural business. Number 29, I have Brian Tolles, rural business, rural agriculture. And number 30, I have Robert Wolf, which is rural residential. So I'm going to open up the floor for any last nominations. Okay, seeing none, the way I'm going to, with your indulgence, the way I'm going to do this is we're going to start with rural business as a representative. I'm going to just read those names out before we get started as a whole, and then keep in mind and then we'll kind of go from there. Then I'll call the vote. That way you know the narrow category we're voting for. So you can make a note of the rural business category that we're on first.
You have to pick 2, right? For the business?
For rural business, you only choose 1, so you get 1 vote.
Okay.
So that's my understanding of it. So 1 vote, and we need 3 for the person to be confirmed. So I'm just going to read them first, and then we'll go back and we'll do our voting. So rural business, I have Charles Foreman. I have Wayne Jackson, number 12. Eric Jobadan, 13. Barbara Kelsey, 14. Jean-Michel Lafontaine. And then I have Jeff Scott, Allison Shannon, And that's all I have for rural business. Does that confirm with your staff?
The one thing I would just qualify is if you want to look strictly business, Charles Foreman and Wayne Jackson are like fit agriculture, so.
Yeah.
They can, again, agriculture can fit into both, but
Okay,
we'll just leave it at that.
okay, so again, you get one,
And if we're talking about consideration for other positions, Jeff Scott was appointed to another.
He was provisionally appointed to the Committee of Adjustment.
just, you can still vote for him. It's just for your information purposes. And sorry, staff can rural business also be appointed as a rural residential, or are those two separate categories?
Generally, people who are rural businesses also live in the rural area, and I think that's why it behooves the committee to do rural residential last.
Yeah,
is that you can fit that, so yes, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure someone didn't own a rural business and then lived in Kings Court,
Mm.
which I've heard is a great district, but.
Not as good as Portsmouth.
I've heard problems with both.
All right.
So we get one vote.
You get one
Chair?
vote,
Okay.
one vote.
Oh, yes.
No, you get one vote for rural business. I'll start reading the roll call of those who are nominated, one vote. Make it good. Charles Foreman
I thought we talked, he falls under agriculture.
and rural
It
business.
can fit both, so.
Yeah.
I think people are leaning away from it, so.
Away from agriculture?
Well, it's again, it's the tricky thing because it says in the,
We're leaning away from our farmers?
is that it's a rural business can be farm or non-farm, so that's.
I'm gonna put them in this category.
Yep.
If people want to vote for it, they can. If people don't, then
Yeah.
that's
That's
democracy.
the best way to go about it, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So Charles Foreman, rural agriculture, rural business, one vote. That's your only vote, Counselor. Eames. Wayne Jackson,
Respectfully request a second vote.
denied. Wayne Jackson, one vote. Eric Jobiden. None. Barbara Kelsey. None. Jean-Michel Lafontaine. Two. Henry Peel. Zero. Oh, no, that's actually rural agriculture. My apologies. I'm voting for him anyway, so Jeff Scott. One. And that's it. So there's no point going through. So we have narrowed the list down to 1, 2, 3. So number 12, Wayne Jackson, Jean-Michel Lafontaine, and Jeff Scott.
And that there was a vote for Charles Foreman as well, I believe, from Councilor
Oh, sure.
Amos.
Sorry,
Charles
were we
Foreman.
doing business or agriculture?
Business.
This, we haven't decided who's in rural business yet. They didn't get 3 votes.
You don't need.
They need 3. Has to be a majority vote. So we've had 1, 1, 2, and 1. So we will start again with Charles Foreman. Wayne Jackson. 3. And that is the end of it. So Wayne Jackson has been appointed.
Under rural business.
Rural business. Then we're going to do rural agriculture. Again, I'll read through the list of rural agriculture. And we get 2 votes on this one. So rural agriculture, I have Charles Foreman. Henry Peel.
You see the numbers too.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'll start again.
That's 8.
It's my first time sharing. Please. Charles Foreman. No, that is number 8. It was caught me there a bit. Henry Peel, number 18. I have Eric Robertson, rural agriculture. And I have Brian Tolles, rural agriculture.
Quick question.
Yep. I recognize you.
I recognize you.
Thank you. Number 13.
That's rural business, but staff informed us that it wouldn't fall into rural agriculture.
It's up to the committee if they want to assign it as agriculture as well. I can't recall the application, so
The way I read it, that's where I had it.
that's
So it's in.
Yeah,
There we go.
just that simple.
Yeah, that's simple.
Okay.
13 has been added as well, so rural agriculture.
Business agribusiness, whatever.
Yeah. So we have Charles, I'll read it again. I have 8, Charles Foreman.
What is that number?
Number 8, we're gonna start again, Councillor
Okay.
Hassan.
Okay,
So-
thank you, sir.
Yeah, number 8, Charles Foreman. Number 13, Eric Jobiden. Number 18, Henry Peel. Number
25.
25, yeah, Eric Robertson. And I have number 29, Brian Tolles.
Staff, how many votes do we got?
2.
2.
2.
We don't go over the chair's head.
2, 3, 4.
You can direct the question to this.
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
What's happening?
Mr. Chair, it's again, it's one vote.
2 votes.
Two votes.
2 votes. Yeah, majority of 3 is to be elected to the committee. So with no further questions to staff or the chair, we'll
Please
begin.
move.
Okay, move. Or- Okay,
You say move, I say it.
I'm sorry. Apologize. My apology, Mr. Chair.
again. All right, all in favor of Charles Foreman, number 8, raise your hand. Okay. All in favor of Eric Joybiden? 3, that is. All in favor of Eric Robertson?
Thank you.
And there's also Henry
Oh, the-
Peel as
we-
well.
yeah,
Oh, all in
yeah.
favor, sorry, of Henry Peel, number 18. My apologies. All in favor of Eric Robertson? All in favor of Brian Tolles? So I have,
Sorry,
oh, did you vote for,
was number 27 Elson Shannon in that category?
no, that's rural business, not rural agriculture.
She can also be brought in under rural residential in
Yeah.
the next round if there's a desire.
So, sorry, did you vote for Brian Tolles?
No.
No. Okay, so I have Eric Joybiden elected, if that's according to mine. And we have Henry Peel, Eric Robert, and did we elect Charles for? No, we
We
had
had one, 2.
2. So we have Charles Foreman left. What's going on? Charles Foreman left. We have Henry Peel left. Counting correctly. Eric Robertson and Brian Tolles. Is that correct? So you get
Yeah.
1 vote.
Mr. Tolles?
Yeah, we removed no, Tolles got,
Nobody,
Yes, sir.
I think everybody received at least 1 vote, except for the person who was elected.
yep. So he got 2.
Brian Tolles?
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, are you dropping the ones that only received 1 vote?
No, we're keeping on.
So we have 4 to choose from with our 1 vote.
Yeah. 4 to choose from, 1 vote. Oh, can I drop people I don't like?
No, it's,
Oh,
that
lower
sometimes is done as the lowest vote will be dropped. Again, it's up to the committee how they wish to operate.
It's up to you.
I second that.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so,
make it shorter.
yeah, we'll make it shorter. Okay, so who got 1 vote? That was,
18 Peel?
yeah, Peel and Eric Robertson. So this is between Brian Tolles and Charles Foreman.
Mhm.
Okay, so all in favor of Charles Foreman? And that's it. Okay. So we have Charles Foreman elected. Eric Joybiden elected. And rural business, who do we have a rural business?
Yeah, it's
Ray
okay.
Jackson.
Wayne Jackson. So as a chair, I just want to highlight the fact that thus far we have not nominated any women.
Yes, I've noticed. that.
Might be something we want to consider for the final category that, well, I defer to the consideration of the committee on your selection. I would also say that equity, diversity, inclusion is something we should try to consider in all
Can
of
we
our.
get to the next round?
Yeah, so we're on rural representation. This could be anyone from any category. I'm going to read through the category and I'm going to include everybody who is not currently nominated. Again, just a suggestion of the chair.
And is already nominated.
What?
And is already.
It is already nominated. If we want to nominate more people, we can.
Mr. Chair, how many votes do we get on this?
2. Or 1. You can vote once, but not 3.
Up to 2.
Up to 2. Okay. So I have Joseph Abro. I have Douglas Arend. I have Jacqueline Galakia. Barbara Kelsey. Jean-Michael Lafontant. I have Henry Peel. I have Brent Pickering, Natalie Polito, Michael Henry, Ron Riley, Eric Robertson, Jeff Scott, Shannon, Allison Shannon, Brian Tolles, and Robert Wolf. Does that align with the staffs?
Yep.
Okay. So any further additions?
Maybe I will nominate Nancy South,
What number is that?
28.
Nancy South, okay. Any further nominations? Seeing none, I will call the vote. And again, you can vote twice.
3. No?
Nope,
Same
twice.
person?
You can- No, you can't double your votes. Deputy Mayor.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have so much mad respect now for his worship Brian Patterson right now. And the role he's done for 9 years and going. So I'll open it up to the floor. Again, you can vote twice. Joseph Abro, all in favor. Okay, 0. Douglas Arend. 0. Jacqueline Gallica. 3. Barbara Kelsey. 2. Jean-Michel Lafontaine. 1. Henry Peel. Brent Pickering. Natalie Polito. Counselor Shays. Michael Prill. Ron Riley. Eric Robertson. Jeff Scott. Allison Shannon.
Medic.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
medic.
I'm okay.
That's a
Question.
Nancy South.
Yes, me.
Yeah, 1. Brian, and that's the end of voting because everyone's used their 2 votes by my count. Okay,
Not just a pretty.
sorry. Who was that?
Nothing, Chair.
All right.
I think we have one elected, is that correct?
We have we've elected Jacqueline Gallica. And we're dropping off people who got no votes. So that leaves us with Barbara Kelsey, Natalie Polito.
Jean-Michel.
Yeah, Jean-Michel Lafontaine and Nancy South.
I believe Allison.
Allison
Allison Shannon.
Allison, and Allison Shannon. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Nancy South got 1 vote.
Yep, I add her to the list. So again, we have Barbara Kelsey, Jean-Michel Lafont, this Natalie Polito, Allison Shannon, and Nancy South. Is that correct? Okay. I'm going to call the vote. We're going to go to Barbara Kelsey. All in favor? You only get one vote. We have Natalie Polito. We have, sorry, Jean, Michel Lafontaine. 0. Allison Shannon. And Nancy South. Okay. So no one has a majority.
Nancy South. No, sorry, Shannon.
You only had
Shannon.
two.
So we have, let's just, who got 2 votes? We have
Shannon.
Allison Shannon got.
She was the only one to get
2.
2 votes. Everybody else is 1 or 0.
Okay, so I'm gonna knock off the zeros, so that leaves us with Barbara Kelsey, Natalie Polito, Shannon Allison, and Nancy Seth. By my recollection, is that correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, 1 vote. Barbara Kelsey. Natalie Polito. Allison Shannon. Elected. Okay. So, staff do a roll call if we've elected.
Yes, so I have as the business representative Wayne Jackson.
Mhm.
Under agricultural, I have Eric Jobadin and Charles Foreman. And for residential, I have Jacqueline Gallica and Allison Shannon.
Thank you.
And if I may make a brief suggestion, because Rural Advisory Committee is appointed for a term with council, sometimes it is helpful if the committee does feel there's anybody worthy of a reserve pool that, because it's such a long-term commitment, sometimes people do resign partway through the term. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I would suggest we appoint quite a few because it's a committee of 5. Ergo, I think that it makes sense that we appoint 5 because it's a large list of pool and we want staff to have to go back to it.
So
One-
may I suggest the people got 2 votes or 3
Yeah.
votes?
Yes.
Maybe just
The
pick
most of all.
5 of those.
Are we all just in favor of choosing the people who got
2 votes.
at least 2 votes? So by this, I have,
Check with the 3 if there's anybody. with the
yeah, if this candidate pool sounds good to the committee, we can just directly appoint them. So I have Natalie Polito. Brian Tolles. Who else do we have? Yeah, Barbara Kelsey had got 2, Jean-Michel Lafontaine, and who else got 2 votes? I think that's it. Do we want to appoint anybody else? That's what, 3?
That's 4.
4?
You have a couple of business representatives, you have an agricultural, and you have a residential as well. So that's a good balance with the ones you have selected.
Okay. All in favor of the reserve pool? Okay, there we go. Thank you. Kingston Area Taxi Commission, 5 vacancies.
Oh, I think committee
Oh,
of
committee of-
adjustment is next on the agenda.
What?
Mr. Chair.
What? Skip that. Where is that?
They're not, unfortunately, the document you have is not necessarily in order. My apologies. To keep you on your toes.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Okay, 7 vacancies for Committee of Adjustment. Any comments, questions, issues related
So in this, how many we are picking up?
We are selecting 7
7 points. each.
7
So
appointees.
from the beginning, when we appoint, can we make sure that we getting diverse groups? Anybody is mentioning, I don't have any favorite one, but I'm okay with that, so.
Nominate as such.
Yeah, we'll just open it up to,
Yeah.
we've read their profiles, we've made our interpretations, we have the information that we have.
Okay.
We'll leave it to open to the nominations and then we'll leave it to good old fashioned elections.
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Question.
yes.
Now. Let's see what number. Number 12, David Moore.
Sorry, are you nominating people or asking?
No, I'm asking questions from the clerk. I noticed on his application, he had a city address, but in his resume, he had Milford.
Yes, so that applicant did reach out to me and was not able to edit the document that his resume was produced in and has confirmed that he does reside in Kingston.
Asking
That is a good catch, Councillor Shaves.
He's thorough. Any further questions or comments for the chair? Probably for the clerks, I would say, for anybody on the TV.
Zero
No.
attendance.
Sorry?
There's nobody like us, there's nobody there, it's only us.
Yeah. No, there's, who else is on the, who else is here?
No, it's a
I,
zero
that's
percent.
IT support and our close.
IT support.
We're not exactly.
Favorite one.
I couldn't unlock my phone today. so-
What,
It is streaming on YouTube as well.
How many?
Oh,
So it could be wide open.
Yeah.
so they haven't read the critics on this? on this
There's
show
4
yet?
people watching on YouTube, one of them being me right now.
And probably my wife.
Probably my way.
Watching us on the YouTube.
4 people.
I have a question. Is anybody that's in this list that's been nominated or been acclaimed, put on another committee?
If you'd like, Mr. Chair, I'm taking a look at the list right now. Number 17, Marzia Sakidad was appointed to one of the heritage committees.
Okay.
And I believe that is it, other than the ones that are noted on the agenda that have been appointed in the previous meeting.
Okay, so I'm going to, we've got 7 appointments and I think at this point what I'm going to do you have any questions, Deputy Mayor?
I have nominations.
Okay,
No.
then,
Well, he is represents the adjustment, committee of adjustment, so.
Don't represent it anymore.
well,
so I'm going to open up the floor to nominations and I recognize you, Deputy Mayor Cheney.
You are on the committee of adjustment?
No. I was.
Are you not on the council for that?
No.
There are no council representatives on committee of adjustment.
Really?
Correct.
I think it's Jeff and Councillor McLaren and Ustra.
No.
No, there's no representatives on committee of adjustment from council. It's all public members.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to nominate Ken Dakin, number 1.
Kandakin, okay.
Number 12, David Morton.
Morton,
Number 13, Peter O'Hare.
yep.
Number 18, Jeff Scott.
Okay.
Number 20, Samnath Sinha.
Okay.
Number 21, Peter Skibo.
Yeah.
And number 24, Jordan Tekenos Levy.
Are there any further nominations? Councillor Amos.
I'd like to nominate number 6. He's.
Okay,
Siraj. Ms. Siraj.
And Councillor Shinani or Deputy Mayor Shinani has covered the other ones.
any other nominations? Councillor Shates, I recognize you.
We have one left from number 14, Douglas Perkins.
Any other nominations?
Yes, Mr. Chair, with your permission, is who mentioned this one already? Oh, my God. Number 9,
Number 9, Paul Martin.
Yep.
Okay,
And number 3. Opus, she's on,
She's on another committee.
Yeah,
No, no,
she was
that's-
appointed to the Planning Advisory
Actually, both of them are.
Committee, as was Paul Martin.
oh. Okay. Number 23 then. Oh, that is, what was the
Sorry,
number 4?
sorry. Sorry,
Also for just to Councillor Hassan's question, for candidate 23, Yaka Suryana, they have been appointed to the Kingston Environmental Advisory Forum previously. So
Oh,
any of the ones you see with a number are typically have either
they are somewhere.
they were appointed to another committee. Anything with the number 1 though is they were originally appointed to Committee of Adjustment.
Okay, number 16 then, and that's in.
it's number 16. Okay, and
Ask
sorry,
for clarification.
sorry, yeah, I actually, did you appoint number 3?
Yes.
Or nominate? Yeah, okay, thank you. And Councillor Shaves,
And number 9?
number 9 was nominated.
No, so Mr. Chair, I'll take the nomination back to number 3 because she. I'll just go only with the,
Okay. Any other nominations?
Uh,
Councillor Hassan?
it was number 16. That's it.
Number 16. Oh, okay, I'm gonna read back, and Councillor Shaves, do you have any further nominations? I'll give you the last word.
No, thank you. I just wondering if Councillor Hassan is making this pool smaller by taking up Mr. Martin or not. 'Cause
Okay.
He questioned it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
you took out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have number 9 struck in the corner.
That's because I don't think we want to nominate.
You want to call a 5-minute?
Yeah, we can call a recess then.
Yeah, we'll call a 5-minute recess.
Do you need to step away from Mr. Executive?
No, it's
Mayor?
okay, man.
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm not contagious yet.
No, it's-
By tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, you said allergies. I thought maybe.
All right, I'm gonna call us back to order, and I'll read through, sorry, someone's gotta be the adult in the room. Why are you all laughing? I'm gonna read, even staff is. All right. All right, I'm gonna read through the names of the nominees before we go forward to voting. This is just for information purposes. I have number 1, Ken Dakin. I have number 6, Anis Courage. I have number 12, David Morton. I have number 13, Peter O'Hare. I have number 14, Douglas Perkins. I have number 16, Gary Rahan. I have number 18, Jeff Scott. Number 20, Somnath Sina. Number 21, Peter Skibo, and I've got number 24, Jordan Tekanos Levy. This is correct. Are there any other nominations before we proceed to vote? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to open the voting. I'll read out the names. You have 7 votes. Vote up to 7 times. Up to 7, Councilor Amos, and you can vote up, and then a majority, of course, is 3. So I'll begin. Ken Dakin, all in favor? And Anis Courage. 3. It's appointed. Number 12, David Morton. 5. Appointed. Number 13, Peter O'Hare. Appointed. 14, Douglas Perkins. Number 16, Gary Rahan. Number 20, sorry,
18, Jeff Scott.
18, Jeff Scott. Number 20, Somna Sina. It's appointed. Number 21, Peter Skibo. And number 24, Jordan Tekanos Levy. 3. So can we, so I'm just gonna do a roll call of those who have been elected. We have Ken Dakin, Anise Karaj, David Morton, Peter O'Hare, Somnath Skina, Peter Skibo, and Jordan Tekanos Levy. So that's
7.
that's 7. So sorry, do we have 6 or 7? 7.
Did I miss one?
So Ken Dakin, Anise Karaj, 2, David Morton, 3, Peter O'Hare, 4, Somnath Skina, 5, Peter Skibo, 6, and Jordan Tekanos Levy, 7. Are we done?
And there were, the last time the committee met,
Yeah.
some appointments to the reserve pool. So again, this is a full term of committee appointment.
I would move that we just add the people who got votes to the reserve pools. That would put Douglas Perkins, Gary Rahan, and Jeff Scott
I would second that. motion.
into the reserve pool.
Just to confirm on that, would it be, because it does have to be in some sort of order, just the order of
Okay.
the number of votes. So Jeff Scott
Yeah,
had
Jeff
2,
Scott.
and then Douglas Perkins and
Yeah.
Gary Rahan.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's term of council, does anybody want to add anyone else? Because we could, is there a lot of turnover in committee of adjustments in your, no?
Not typically, but
Okay.
still helpful. It also does only require 3 members for quorum, but having a few reserve is always helpful.
Okay, all those in favors of the current reserve pool? Okay, passes. Thank you very much. We are back onto the taxi commission. Do we,
You okay, Chair?
yeah, you okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so taxi commission, we have the pre-appointed ones. Okay, we have our pool of people here. I will open the floor to nominations if there are any. Councillor Hassan,
Ahmed Noman,
I'm sorry,
Ahmed Noman, number 7.
number 7, okay. Any others, Councillor?
Number 9.
Janice Robinson?
Yeah.
Okay,
Number 2, Simon Shafal.
yep.
That's it.
Mhm. Any other nominations? Go ahead. Councillor Shapes?
Number 1, Joseph Abreu.
Mhm.
Number 3, Joseph Dozer.
Mhm.
Number 4, Stephen Fraser.
Mhm.
Number 5, Kathy Greens.
Okay. Okay, any other nominations? Yes,
Peter McKenty.
Now, would he be a conflict of interest? He is a current taxi driver.
Is he? Ah, well then, no.
can the clerk's office, would that be a conflict of interest?
That's what got us in trouble the first time.
It's very difficult. I cannot determine if a person has a conflict of interest. Only person themselves can determine if they have a conflict of interest.
Did you nominate Peter Kenty or no? Very
But if he
good.
is, I had read it and I assumed he was probably a past taxi driver, so I guess.
So is the number 5 is the same thing. She is also.
No, she indicated that she has sold her plate and it's no longer.
Okay,
In the former owner.
okay,
So it has perspective, in my opinion. If you will get pretty technical, anyone who drives or takes a ride in a taxi or an Uber can have a conflict of interest because they don't want the fares to go up or anything like that, so. I think they're actively in it, in the role, that'd be something different, not someone with knowledge.
I think based on what we've read and information that we have, number 5 would not fall into the city's conflict of interest. So I think we're doing our due diligence here. So we have 5 appointees. Are there any other nominations that we have? Seeing none, I will open the votes. You get 5 votes. And yeah, that's 3 to get elected to the committee. Okay, Joseph, sorry, I'm going to make a stand out of myself as chair. Can someone take over as chair for a moment, deputy?
Sure,
Yeah,
I
so-
recognize you.
Thank you. I just want to also advocate for Joseph Dowser. He was my opponent in the last election, but he was a really stand-up guy. I really get along with him and I know his heart's in the right place. I would just encourage you to vote for him because I think he's the kind of people we need. And
He's the current chair too, right?
what? He's the current chair as well. So I just think it would be good to keep him on a committee that he's very passionate about. But that would be my advocacy.
And I will speak about number 2, Simon Chappell, former councillor. He's been on the tax commission. He has a lot of input. I think has a knowledge if it's combined with Mr. Joseph Dowser and Simon Chappell, and then some other new members that will be probably asked to have some knowledgeable person up there with the to deal with the industry facing issues these days.
I'll return the chair and recognize you, okay?
Thank you. Any other?
From what I understand, tax commission has been quite volatile the last few years. However, speaking with the former councillor representative, they've turned things around. And when we went to their little pre-meeting short after election, deputy mayor and one other councillor, they seem to have turned things around. They're a little more professional and conducting the way to conduct business. The current group, I wouldn't mind giving the next group, see how they transition further on. And then the term's only for a year, correct?
I think 1 year.
It is a 1-year term.
So this time next year, we could
Change.
introduce some others. Norris and the transition is still in there. I know there was concern about this being turned over to city council. At
Yes.
one point,
that
so
was-
because of the volatility, and I think considering the way they've done it and turned it around, we've given them a C and see what happens by the end of this year.
You're on the taxi commission, if I recall, is that?
Oh, yeah, I am. So, yeah, so that'd be greatly appreciated too.
Okay, yeah, okay. Are you advocating for anybody specifically with this? Because you can speak candidly about this, I believe. I don't think.
Well, I did nominate 5 people.
Okay. Yeah, but, okay. Any other advocacy commentary?
I only see 4. 'cause
So-
Jimmy nominated.
Number
others.
7, number 7 nominee. That's I'm nominating if we could just bring a little bit more diversity and a different opinion of that.
Yep. Okay. Okay, okie dokie. So I have nominated number 1, Joseph Abro, number 2, Simon Chappell, number 3, Joseph Dowser, 4, Stephen Fraser, 5, Kathy Greenless, 7, Ahmed Norman, and number 9, Dennis Robinson. Any other nominations? Councillor Shaves?
Who was your
Oh.
5th?
Hmm.
I had you as 4.
Oh, sorry.
It was the first one.
First 5.
Yeah.
Councillor Hassan,
So I'm going to start calling the vote.
sorry.
As is my prerogative as chair. You get 5 votes, 3 to get elected to the committee. I will begin by starting Joseph Abro. Simon Chappell. Joseph Dowser. Stephen Fraser. Kathy Greenless. Okay. I count that as everybody.
Can we just get confirmation on Kathy Greenlee's, can we just call a re-vote on that just to make sure? I think, were there 3 that you had, Mr. Chair?
I counted 3. Kathy Greenless.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure.
So
Thank you.
we've appointed all the members, so there's. Yep,
Considering we have 2 other nominations, can we motion so that they be on the reserve?
I would entertain that motion. Yep, second. Okay, all in favor of appointing Ahmed Norman and Dennis Robinson on the reserve list? We've appointed just the same people as last time. Well done, committee. Okay,
Not quite half hour.
So I guess, yeah, the last step, Mr. Chair, is just, yeah, you've got it. All right.
I got it.
Okay.
So can I get a mover and a seconder to approve appointments and report to council? Deputy Mayor Janani, seconded by Councillor Hassan, all in favor? Okay. Thank you. Motions, I see no motions, no notices of motion, no other business and correspondence. We have a correspondence received from Shirley Bailey, President of Frontenac Heritage Foundation, dated January 29, 2023, regarding nominations advisory committee, February 6, 2023. The date of the next meeting will be called by the chair, which I don't know if Councillor McLaren will be back or if staff have anything else.
There's, excuse me, unless there are any appointments that come up, there will not be another meeting until November unless there's any new committees or vacancies that arise. So this should be the last meeting for a while.
Okay. Okay, can I get an adjournment? Can I ask for a mover for adjournment? Councillor Shaves, seconded by Councillor Amos. All in favor? That's it. Thank you, everybody. Good meeting.